mes amis YouTube. So today we are coming from Paris, obviously. I'm going to start off with a disclaimer. Since I've already done some travel videos, and so I want to say I'm sorry. I know a lot of times there's wind or there's background noise, but you know, I wasn't trained in videography, so I kind of just do it as I can. And also, I want people who watch this to remember that this is my channel, so these videos are my opinions on these places. So, you know, I've already gotten feedback of people that weren't happy about the fact that I said Mexico is dumpy. Well, you know what? Mexico is dumpy. That's not saying that I don't like going to Mexico, that I don't think there's cool parts of Mexico, but Mexico is dumpy. This is the way it is. And Vegas is a big pile of... So I'm not going to tell people to go someplace that I don't personally like. Having said that, I'm probably one of the only people you're ever going to meet who is not a fan of Paris. Sorry, but this city just doesn't do it for me. You know, seeing the Eiffel Tower is kind of cool, obviously. It's kind of almost like the Statue of Liberty. It's just like one of these things that define the human race, define like what we've done, what we've made out of ourselves. But just overall, I'm just not as amazed by Paris as everybody else is. I mean, like the city itself, it's beautiful, it's very clean. I like that. I know you guys always hear me talking about how dirty and clean the place is. So that's cool, but I don't know. I'm just not as blown away by it. It's very touristy, and I know that the places I've gone to so far have always been tourist places. But the two things in Paris I always liked were the Louvre and Versailles, and both of them were basically ruined. Because I mean, like when I'm saying touristy, I mean to the point where it's almost like you're at a carnival and you're shuffling. I mean, there was the Mona Lisa. There was like a group of 30 people deep to see the Mona Lisa. Like it's just too much. Like it's too much for what it is. It's a beautiful city, and the architecture is great, but I don't know. Like I guess growing up in Europe, I don't see it as anything more beautiful or special than a lot of other old cities that are around here. So I don't know. I just don't really get what the hoopla is all about. I will say the one thing that I do really like about Paris is very good food. After being in Havana where there was no good food, or there was no food period, I'm really loving that part about Paris very much. Anyway, this is supposed to be a gay video travel guide blog. In Europe, I would say, this is my opinion, but I think the two gayest cities in Europe are London and Paris. And this is again my opinion, but to me it's kind of like London is basically where like the cool gay people hang out, and Paris is where like the queens, literally like the queens hang out. Oh, so shishi, and oh, without money, and oh, we do this, we do that, and oh, we're too good for everybody. So that's another thing that I'm not really feeling about Paris. The gay district here is called the Marais. From what I've been told, it's kind of a rich area. I will say this though, from all the gay areas I've been in other cities like Chicago, San Francisco, LA, it is probably the nicest, the most cultured looking, probably because it's maybe just the oldest. But it's also not as clearly defined. If you go to like a gay area in America, it's usually like there's all the gay flags, so you already know, oh, okay, here I am. And there's a couple of gay flags in that area, but it's not as defined. What else would I say? Oh, this is something else I gotta say, even though I'm not a fan of Paris. I do have to say, the clubs here stay open very late, and the Parisians and the French, they know how to party. I will not take that away from them. It stays open all night, and they do throw a good party. So if you are a clubber, I would say Paris is the city for you, because the clubs here can't be beat. But otherwise, yeah, they have everything. You know, they got like all the special interest kind of bars. They got, you know, just the LGBT center. They got, you know, everything. I mean, like, it's a huge city. They have everything that you could think of. What else do I want to talk about? That's all I can think of right now. But yeah, honestly, I know Paris is one of those places that everybody always wants to go to, but in my opinion, there's other places to go that are cooler, that are more interesting. And that's not even, like, I don't know, like it just doesn't, I don't know. Paris just does not blow me away. It's just not as special as they always try to make it seem, in my opinion. So that's it. Hopefully this is useful for you guys. Hopefully you guys can hear me. Leave feedback on my videos. I do need, even if it's negative feedback, I usually like it. Because like nothing else, it kind of helps me grow as a videographer. Oh, I haven't even done my ratings. Okay, PDA, you can get away with anything, so I'm gonna give it 5. I mean, it's a big city and it's Paris. Safety, in terms of being gay, I think it's fairly safe. I mean, like, there are shady parts of this town, so maybe like a 4. And things to do, I'm also gonna give it a 5. And also I was gonna say, the French are not as rude as everybody says, so that is not part of the reason why I'm not as into it. Maybe it's because I'm single. I will say that Paris is a city for lovers. I mean, you see couples everywhere, and you see people making out everywhere. So, and I'm all alone in Paris by myself, nobody. Oh, now I remembered something else I was gonna tell you guys. I am actually very surprised that there's not very many attractive men here. I always thought kind of like, because Paris is supposed to be like the fashion capital of the world, I was really thinking there was just going to be a crazy amount of beautiful men. But I don't know, like I mean, this is going to sound really cocky. I know I'm going to get shot down for this. But, you know, in my head, I was always thinking, oh, I'm kind of like an 8. And when I went to New York the first time, I was like, oh my God, I'm like a 2. You know, because there was just so many attractive people in New York. So on my way to France, I was like, oh God, Paris, there's going to be all these beautiful men. And I'm like, I'm sorry, but in Paris, I'm an 8. Like, there are surprisingly not that many attractive people. A lot of Middle Eastern guys, though, and I'm actually really into them. Not that they notice me. I'm completely invisible to the Middle Eastern men. Although I have gotten my fair share of French men looking at me, and especially black French. I don't know why, but like when black people speak French, it's actually kind of sexy, which is weird because I'm actually also not a big fan of the French language. So yeah, that's it. I would say the main reasons to come here is the food. Great, 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 great food. Oh, love the cheese. Alright, that's it. Leave comments and hope you guys are all doing well. Bye. Hey YouTube, coming to you guys today from Versailles, which is about half an hour, 45 minutes outside of Paris. Alright, let me switch hands. Yeah, I'm a little disappointed, to be honest. The last time I was in Paris, I didn't get to do Versailles, and so all these years I've always kind of been like, if I ever get back to Paris, I'm definitely going to go see Versailles. But honestly, it's not worth the money. It's very touristy. You're literally like walking and shoving into every room. And honestly, I don't think the palace is any prettier or anything else than any other castle you'll see in Europe. So if you guys do decide to come here, I'd say save your money. Just look at it from the outside. From the outside, it's really beautiful. And, you know, go in the gardens. I think the gardens are free. I don't know. I paid to get in, but it looks like they're free. So I would check those out and just take pictures from the outside. Other than that, I have to say the best part of today so far has been there was this guy who came on the train and he was playing like French music on the accordion. That kind of was cool. But other than that, I don't know. It's Versailles and Paris are just not doing it for me as it does everybody else. I don't know. So that's it. Bonne journée and a good day.